The rain-slicked streets of Portland gleamed under the sodium lamps like veins pulsing with secrets. And Cooper's heart hammered as he dragged his soaked duffel bag up the cracked sidewalk to the Victorian house that promised escape. He'd fled Chicago on a whim, chasing whispers of reinvention after his last relationship shattered like cheap glass left him questioning if love was just another word for loss. But as the door creaked open before he could even knock, revealing a man with storm-gray eyes and a smile that cut through the downpour like sunlight, Cooper felt the first crack in his armored resolve. This stranger's warmth wasn't just polite, it was a pull. Magnetic and uninvited. Alex stood there, towel draped over broad shoulders, his damp hair curling at the temples, looking every bit the effortlessly handsome host from the profile photo, but amplified in the flesh mid-30s. With the kind of easy confidence that came from owning your skin, even if it bore faint scars from battles unseen. Cooper. Right. God. You're drenched, come in before you turn into a puddle, he said, his voice a low rumble laced with genuine concern, stepping aside with a gesture that brushed Cooper's arm just a fraction too long. In that instant, as water dripped from Cooper's lashes and pooled at his feet on the Persian rug, he wondered if this was the universe's cruel joke, sending him to a man who made loneliness feel like an invitation. The house smelled of cedar and fresh coffee, a sanctuary carved from the chaos of Cooper's unraveling life. He'd booked the Airbnb on a sleepless night, scrolling through listings for a place far enough from his ex's ghost-haunted apartment to breathe, close enough to the West Coast's rumored openness for a gay kid from the Midwest to maybe, just maybe, stop hiding. Alex handed him a mug steaming black. No questions asked. Dan launched into the tour with the enthusiasm of someone who lived for these fleeting connections. Kitchen stocked if you're hungry. That door leads to the garden. Great for stargazing when the clouds cooperate. And hey, if you need anything at Almy, doors always open. His eyes lingered on Cooper's face, tracing the sharp line of his jaw, the faint stubble shadowing cheeks still boyish at 28. And Cooper felt exposed, like Alex could see the fresh tattoo on his inner wrist, breathe, inked as a reminder after the breakup that nearly broke him. They talked that first evening over takeout Thai from the corner spot, Alex insisting, "No guest of mine eats alone," and the conversation flowed like the Willamette River outside, meandering from Cooper's half-truths about a career pivot to Alex's stories of flipping houses after a messy divorce. Wife wanted kids. I wanted this, Alex said, waving vaguely at the rainbow flag discreetly pinned to the mantel, his tone light but edged with the weight of choices long made. Cooper nodded, sipping his singa, feeling the beer loosen the knot in his chest. Alex was too friendly. Yes, laughing at Cooper's dry jokes, refilling his glass without asking, leaning in just close enough that their knees brushed under the reclaimed wood table, but it was the kind of friendliness that starved men like Cooper craved. A balm against years of sidelong glances and family dinners where faggot was whispered behind hands. By the second day, the friendliness tipped into something sharper, more insistent. Cooper woke to the scent of pancakes drifting up from the kitchen, Alex whistling an old Indigo Girls tune as he flipped them with theatrical flair. Morning. Sleepyhead. Figured you'd need fuel after that drive. Cooper, still rumpled in boxers and a faded band tee, paused at the threshold, heat creeping up his neck at the sight of Alex in a fitted tank, muscles flexing under inked sleeves that told stories of Rebelliona Phoenix rising from forearm ash, a compass on his bicep pointing nowhere specific. They ate on the sun porch, feet tangled accidentally under the wicker table. And Alex's questions dug deeper. What brings a guy like you to Portland? Chasing rain or running from thunder? Cooper deflected with a grin, both. Probably, but inside, the thunder rumbled. Memories of his ex's fists clenched in rage. The bruises that faded slower than the shame. Afternoons blurred into easy rhythms, Alex showing him the hidden speakeasy downtown, their shoulders bumping in the dim booth as they shared a whiskey flight. Evenings with vinyl spinning on the old turntable. Alex's hand grazing Cooper's when passing the joint. The smoke curling between them like unspoken promises. It was all so disarmingly normal. This flirtation wrapped in hospitality. But Cooper felt the line blurring the one between guest and something more perilous. Alex's touches lingered now, a palm on the small of his back guiding him through a crowded farmer's market. Fingers brushing hair from his forehead after a sudden shower. "You look good wet," Alex murmured once, then laughed it off. But his eyes held heat. A question Cooper wasn't sure he could answer without shattering. On the third night, the rain returned with vengeance, drumming the roof like impatient fingers. Cooper couldn't sleep, the storm mirroring the one in his gut memories of his ex's voice. Slurred and vicious. "You're nothing without me, Coop. Just a pretty boy playing pretend." He padded downstairs in socks, seeking tea or distraction, only to find Alex in the living room, silhouetted by the fireplace's glow, nursing a scotch and staring into the flames. "Bad night?" Alex asked softly, patting the couch beside him. Cooper sank down, the leather cool against his thighs, and the words spilled out unbidden. The abuse, the gaslighting, the way love had twisted into a cage until he broke free. Tattoo and all. Alex listened without interrupting, his face a map of quiet fury and tenderness, then pulled Cooper into a hug that started platonic but melted into something electric, their chests pressing, breaths sinking, the line between comfort and desire evaporating like mist. "You're not broken, Cooper," Alex whispered against his temple, lips brushing skin. "You're just beginning." They pulled apart, but the air hummed, charged, and as Cooper retreated to his room, he heard Alex's voice trail after, doors open. Always. The fourth day dawned crisp. The storm scrubbed clean, and with it came a tentative thaw in Cooper's frostbitten heart. They hiked Forest Park, Alex's hand steadying him on the muddy trails, their laughter echoing through ferns like birdsong. At the overlook, Portland sprawled below a emerald quilt stitched with rivers and bridges. Alex turned to him. "Serious now? I wasn't out till 32. Thought it'd ruin everything, family. Job. The whole script. But hiding. That ruins you slower." His confession hung there, vulnerable, and Cooper felt a mirror crack inside him. Reflections of his own closet days in high school. The proms attended with girls who deserved better. Back home, over dinner, Alex's specialty, herb-crusted salmon with a side of vulnerability, they circled the unspoken. Cooper's foot nudged Alex's under the table, deliberate this time, and Alex's smile was slow, knowing. "You're trouble. You know that," he teased, but his hand covered Cooper's, thumb tracing knuckles in a rhythm that said stay. That night, sleep came easier, dreams laced with gray eyes and cedar scent. But morning brought a shadow, a text from his ex. "Miss you. Come back. We can fix this." Cooper deleted it, but the poison lingered, doubt whispering that he didn't deserve this fragile bloom. By week's end, the friendliness had evolved into a quiet courtship, notes left on the counter, coffee's hot. So's the host. Stolen glances over breakfast that stretched into charged silences. Alex shared his scars too, the ex-wife who discovered his bisexuality via a careless email. The divorce that left him adrift until he bought this house, turning it into a haven for wanderers like Cooper. "It's not just a rental," Alex admitted one evening, as they swayed to a Coltrane record in the dim parlor. "It's where I learned to let people in." Their bodies aligned then, hips brushing, and Cooper's pulse thundered, fear and want warring in his veins. But the kinks in paradise emerged subtle at first, Alex's phone buzzing late nights with calls he silenced quickly, his mood dipping into brooding silences after. Cooper chalked it up to ex-drama. His own fresh enough to empathize. But curiosity gnawed. One afternoon, rifling through the guest room drawer for a charger, he found a photo tucked in an old journal. Alex, younger, arm around a man with laughing eyes, both in leather jackets. The kind of snapshot that screamed forever. Jealousy flickered. Irrational. But it fueled a question over wine that night. Ever miss it? The before. Alex's face tightened, then softened. Miss the lies. No. Miss the love. Every day? He reached for Cooper, pulling him close on the rug by the fire. Their kiss tentative at first, a brush of lips, tasting of Merlot and hesitation then deepening, hands roaming with the urgency of starved souls. It was fireworks and rain, tender and fierce, bodies mapping each other in the firelight. Afterward, tangled in blankets, Cooper traced the phoenix on Alex's arm. What rises from your ashes? Alex smiled sadly. Hope, I guess. And you? The line had vanished that night. Not with a bang, but a sigh. And in its wake bloomed something raw and real. Mornings became rituals, coffee in bed. Alex's fingers combing Cooper's hair. Whispers of futures neither dared voice yet. They explored the city like lovers' pride flags fluttering in the Pearl District. Hands intertwined at Voodoo Donut. Stolen kisses in Powell's vast aisles. Cooper felt seen. Not as a guest or a victim, but as a man worthy of touch, of trust. His ex's text ceased after a blocking. The tattoo on his wrist no longer a talisman, but a truth. Yet drama brewed beneath the idol. Alex's silences grew longer. His phone a phantom intruder. One evening, as they cooked pasta in the kitchen, sauce simmering, jazz low it rang. Insistent. Alex answered in the hall. Voice hushed. Not now. Jordan. Please. Cooper pretended not to hear, but the name lodged like a splinter. Later. In bed. He pressed. Who's Jordan? Alex sighed, pulling him closer. My brother. Doesn't approve. Thinks I'm corrupting the family legacy. The words landed heavy, echoing Cooper's own Midwestern ghost's parents who loved conditionally. Holidays endured in silence. The confession cracked open floodgates. Cooper shared his father's homophobic rants. The brother who fixed him with Bible verses. The ex who weaponized it all. They held each other through tears. The vulnerability forging steel in their bond. We're not broken toys for them to mend. Alex growled. Fierce. We're whole. Just not their version. That night, their lovemaking was reclamation slow. Deliberate. Eyes locked. Bodies affirming what words couldn't. You are enough. But tension escalated mid-month. Jordan showed up unannounced, pounding the door like Judgment Day. His face a storm of disapproval. What the hell? Alex. Some drifter in our childhood home. Cooper froze in the kitchen, heart slamming. But Alex stood firm, blocking the threshold. He's not a drifter. He's family now. And this is my home, our rules. The argument spilled into the yard. Voices rising over the neighbors' hedges. Accusations of betrayal. Pleas laced with pain. Cooper watched from the window. Fists clenched. The old shame rising like Biley the ruin. Jordan left in a squeal of tires. But the rift lingered. Alex retreated into himself. Doubts surfacing in quiet moments. What if he's right? What if I'm dragging you into my mess? Cooper pulled him from the abyss. Their nights a tangle of reassurance and passion. But the seed of fear took root. Cooper's stay was nearing and return to Chicago loomed. Job interviews pending in the thought of leaving this man. This life clawed at him. High drama peaked on a fog-shrouded Saturday. The city cloaked in mystery. They'd planned a drive to the coast. Windows down. Salt air whipping their hair. But midway, Alex's truck sputtered to a halt on a deserted stretch of Highway 101. Stranded. Rain threatening again. Panic flickered in Alex's eyes, not mechanical, but deeper. I can't fix everything, he admitted, slamming the hood. Not the truck. Not us. Cooper rounded on him, grabbing his collar. Then stop trying alone. We're in this together. The kiss that followed was desperate. Rain mingling with tears. Bodies pressed against rusted metal as thunder rolled. Rescue came via tow truck. But the real salvage was internal. Back home, soaked and shivering, they stripped by the fire. Words pouring, fears of abandonment, dreams of permanence. Stay? Alex breathed, tracing Cooper's tattoo. Or take me with you. Cooper's laugh was watery. Chicago's cold without you. It was a pivot. A promised job hunt in Portland. Roots entwining. Yet the gay-capping twist lurked, Jordan's final gambit. A letter slipped under the door. Laced with manipulation, Dad's dying. Come home. Or lose everything. Alex wavered. The pull of blood versus heart. And Cooper faced his own crossroads: fly back alone. Or fight for this love. The night before decision. They lay awake. Hands linked. Family isn't blood, Cooper said. It's choice. Dawn brought resolve. Alex called Jordan. Boundaries drawn. Forgiveness offered on his terms. The stay extended indefinitely. Cooper's bags unpacked into drawers. The guest room surrendered for Alex's bed. Months blurred into seasons, pride parades hand in hand. Quiet anniversaries with Phoenix cakes. The house echoing with laughter instead of echoes. Cooper found work at a local bookstore. Alex's flips funding their dreams. A joint trip to the Grand Canyon. Tattoos matching now, compass pointing true north. Each other. 1 year on. Under Portland's relentless drizzle. They stood on that same porch. Rings glinting, simple bands. Vows whispered in a backyard ceremony with rainbow lanterns swaying. Jordan attended. Tentative truce in his eyes. The human value of second chances blooming. Cooper, once a runaway, now anchored, traced Alex's jaw. From too friendly to forever. Alex grinned, pulling him close. And the line. Never coming back. In the end, love wasn't the absence of storms, but dancing in them, dramatic. Gay-capping. Profoundly human. They build a haven not just for themselves, but for others, the Airbnb rebranded. A safe space for queer travelers. Notes in drawers reading your home. Cooper's story, once a hook of heartbreak, became a testament. Lines disappear not to erase, but to redraw bolder. Truer maps to the heart. The autumn leaves in Portland turned the streets into a fiery mosaic, mirroring the blaze that had ignited between Cooper and Alex since that first rain-soaked arrival. Cooper woke most mornings now to the sound of Alex humming in the kitchen. The clatter of pans, a symphony of domesticity he'd never dared dream. At 28, with his lean frame finally filling out from shared meals and hikes, Cooper felt the weight of his past lighten, the tattoo on his wrist a badge. Not a burden, but even in bliss. Shadows crept, a call from Chicago. His mother's voice thin with worry. When are you coming home? Coop. Your father. He asks about you. The lie stuck in his throat soon. Mom, but soon never came. Not while Alex's arms were home. They'd fallen into a rhythm that felt perilously perfect. Alex's contractor gigs taking him out at dawn. Cooper shelving books at Powell's by day. Evenings there's for vinyl and vulnerability. One crisp October night. As they walked the bridge's steel spanning the Willamette like a silver vein, Alex stopped mid-stride. Breath fogging the air. Marry me, he said. Not a question, but a declaration. Pulling a velvet box from his coat. Inside, 2 bands intertwined, etched with coordinates of that first porch. Cooper's knees buckled. Tears hot. Yes. He choked. The word a key unlocking floods of joy and terror. What if it broke? What if he wasn't enough? The proposal sparked a whirlwind, plans sketched on napkins. Jordan's reluctant blessing via text, if he makes you happy. Bro. But happiness was a fragile flame. Tested when Cooper's ex resurfaced not digitally, but in flesh. Derek appeared at the bookstore one rainy Tuesday. Disheveled. Eyes wild with regret. Coop. I've changed. Therapy. The works. Give us another shot. Customers milled oblivious. But Cooper's world narrowed to the man who'd once shattered him. Heart pounding. He whispered. No. I'm building something real now. Derek's face twisted, hurt morphing to rage, and he lunged, grabbing Cooper's arm hard enough to bruise. You think that older guy's better? He'll use you up. Alex arrived then, summoned by a frantic co-worker's call, bursting through the door like avenging thunder. He pulled Derek off with controlled fury, voice low and lethal. Touch him again, and you'll regret it. The scuffle drew stares, security intervening, but the damage lingered, Cooper's wrist throbbing. Echoes of old fears. That night, curled in Alex's lap, he confessed the depths, the nights Derek's jealousy turned violent. The ER visit hidden from family. Alex held him fiercer, vowing, never again. I'll burn the world for you. Their lovemaking that evening was healing, gentle explorations. Whispers of safety. Bodies reaffirming trust. Word spread in their tight-knit queer circle. Engagements whispered at drag brunches. Toasts at the Eagle. But drama simmered family side. Cooper's parents flew in for a visit, ostensibly for Thanksgiving. But tension crackled from the airport. His father, grizzled and gruff, eyed Alex with suspicion. Nice place, son. But houses don't make a man. Dinner devolved, passive barbs about lifestyles. Mom's averted eyes. Cooper snapped, voice breaking. This is my life. Dad. Alex is my future. Silence fell, heavy as fog, until Alex bridged its stories of his own coming out. The divorce's ache. Love isn't a phase. It's the fight worth winning. Dad's nod was grudging, but a crack formed, humanity piercing prejudice. Winter blanketed Portland in hush. Their wedding 6 weeks away. Cooper threw himself into details, vows pinned by lamplight. A cake tasting where Alex smeared frosting on his nose. Laughter dissolving nerves. But gay-capping stakes rose when Jordan, reconciling slowly, dropped a bomb. Dad's will contingent on Alex settling down right. Blackmail veiled as concern, threatening the house. Their anchor. Alex raged in private, punching the bag in the garage till knuckles bled. I won't let them strip this from us. Cooper bandaged him. Fierce, we build our own legacy. The confrontation came New Year's Eve. Family gathered uneasily. Cooper stood tall, Alex's hand in his. Blood doesn't dictate worth. We choose our path. Tears flowed, apologies. Embraces tentative. Resolution, the will unchallenged. Jordan mediating. A fragile peace forged in vulnerability. Fireworks burst over the river as they kissed. The year turning with promise. Spring bloomed. Wedding day dawning golden. The backyard transformed, arches of wildflowers. Chairs for 50 souls, queer kin. Chosen family. Cooper. In slim tuxedo. Heart racing. Walked the aisle to At Last by Etta James. Alex waiting. Eyes shining. Vows exchanged, in storms and sun. I choose you. Rings slid on. Sealing fates. The reception swirled, dancing till dawn. Toasts to resilience. But romance whispered private. Honeymoon booked to Big Sur. Cliffs and crashing waves mirroring their passion. Months later, settled in marital glow. Challenges evolved, career shifts. A miscarriage scare when they explored surrogacy dreams. Yet each trial deepened roots, Therapy sessions raw. Nights reaffirming with tender intensity. Cooper's novel, born of their story, hit shelves a queer romance lauded for its heart. Alex flipped their first joint house. Plaque reading Sanctuary. 2 years in. Under Harvest Moon. They hosted their first guest, a scared kid from Ohio. Eyes wide like Cooper's once. "You're safe here," Alex said, key in hand. Cooper watched. Chest full, from runaway to refuge. Love's arc complete. The line hadn't just disappeared. It had become a bridge. Spanning divides. Inviting others across. Summer heat waves gripped Portland, turning the Victorian into a cool haven where Cooper and Alex navigated the honeymoon phase's afterglow with the grace of new husbands. Cooper, now 29, had traded bookshelves for a desk at a local publisher, editing queer voices that echoed his own journey. Alex's ink had multiplido wedding band tattoo encircling the compass, pointing eternally to Cooper. Their mornings were lazy now. Coffee in bed evolving to shared journals, dreams scribbled. Fears aired like laundry. But marital bliss invited intruders. Derek, undeterred by rejection, escalated anonymous letters in their mailbox. Photos of Cooper from afar. Laced with venom, he'll leave you for someone younger. Paranoia seated. Cooper double-locked doors. Alex installed cameras. One sweltering night, as they made love on the porch swings low. Sweat slicked. Stars witnesses the creak of gravel froze them. Derek lurked at the gate. Eyes feral. Alex bolted up. Naked fury. Tackling him to the lawn. Fists flew. Derek's wild swings met Alex's precise jabs until sirens wailed. Neighbors peering. Police statements dragged till dawn. Cooper shivering in a robe. Reliving traumas. Derek arrested for stalking. But the violation lingered. A stain on their sanctuary. Court dates loomed. Therapy intensified. Cooper unpacking layers of unworthiness. Alex confronting protector instincts bordering obsession. "I can't lose you," Alex admitted. Voice cracking. Cooper cupped his face. "You won't. We're armored now together." The trial became spectacle, tabloid whispers of domestic drama and gay marriage, but they faced it united. Testimonies laced with love's defiance. Verdict, restraining order. Therapy mandated for Derek. Victory tasted bittersweet. Cooper penned a blog post. Viral in queer circles. Stalking isn't romance, it's theft. Responses flooded, stories shared. Solidarity woven. Fall brought renewal, a road trip to Yellowstone. Geysers erupting like their passion. Nights in tent under bison shadows. Alex proposed a family expansion, adoption papers filed for a teen boy. Jamie, kicked out for being trans. Home study, nerves jangled. But Jamie's visit sparked magic, shy smiles over pizza. Stories swapped like treasures. "You guys get it," Jamie said. Eyes bright. Approval came swift. Their home grew louder. Fuller. Yet drama crested with family fractures. Cooper's dad, post-heart scare, demanded a visit to see the grandson wannabes. Awkward barbecue, dad grilling burgers. Eyeing Jamie warily. Tensions boiled when he cornered Cooper. "This lifestyle, it's not natural." Cooper's retort thundered. "Love is. Blood isn't always." Alex mediated, sharing his divorce scars, humanizing the abstract. Dad's concession came quieta hug for Jamie. Tears unspoken. Healing. Incremental. Winter holidays tested bonds. Jordan's wife pregnant. Envy stirring old rivalries. Dinner devolved into Barb's, "You two play house. We build empires." Alex snapped. Empires crumble without heart. Snow fell as they drove home. Silence thawing to resolve. Boundaries with kin. Focus inward. New Year's. They renewed vows privately, cabin in the Cascades. Snowshoeing to a frozen lake. Promises etched in frost. Spring unfurled with Jamie's integration. School battles won. Pronouns affirmed. Family forged in fire. Cooper's novel sequel drafted. Alex's business boomed flipping queer-friendly spaces. Romance simmered. Anniversary in Paris. Eiffel Tower kisses. Same boat rides where Alex whispered. Every line leads here. But gay-capping peril struck summer. A fire at a flip site. Alex trapped in beams. Cooper raced to hospital. Heart in throat smoke inhalation. Broken ribs. Vigil by bedside. He vowed, fight. Love. We're not done. Recovery was grueling PT sessions. Nightmares, but their love rehabbed him. Massages turning intimate. Laughter rehabbing spirits. By fall. Scars faded. They adopted a dog. Rufus. Chaos incarnate. Portland's leaves swirled as they walked. Leashes tangled like lives. Cooper reflected, from friendly facade to fierce union. Every drama a chapter in resilience. The Airbnb legacy Enduredgist thanks notes piling. Stories of found families. One crisp evening. Porch swing creaking. Jamie asleep inside. Alex pulled Cooper close. The line vanished. But we drew a new one ours. Stars winked approval. Love. Dramatic tapestry. Wove on. The rhythm of their life in Portland had settled into a symphony of small triumphs and shadowed undercurrents. With Cooper at 30 now embodying the quiet strength that came from loving without apology. His hazel eyes, once shadowed by doubt, sparkled with purpose as he mentored young writers at the publisher, channeling his novel's success into amplifying marginalized voices. Alex, pushing 40 with grace, wore his laugh lines like medals, his contracting firm a beacon for sustainable builds that honored the city's queer history. Jamie, their 15-year-old firecracker, brought the house alive with teenage tempest debates over curfews. Triumphs in art class, but his presence grounded them. A living testament to chosen kinship. Autumn's chill nipped at heels as they planned a family getaway to the Oregon coast. Waves crashing like unresolved symphonies. The drive was laughter-filled. Rufus's head out the window. But midway, Alex's phone buzzed incessantly. Jordan. Voice edged, Dad's gone. Bro. Funeral tomorrow. You coming? The car swerved slightly. Grief slamming like brakes. Alex's father. The patriarch who'd disowned bisexuality as confusion. Had battled cancer in silence. Cooper squeezed his thigh. We go if you need. Alex nodded. Jaw tight. For closure. Not chains. The funeral in Seattle was a study in contrasts, stern relatives in black. Whispers of shame when Alex arrived arm-in-length with Cooper and Jamie. Eulogies gloss sins. But Alex rose. Voice steady. He taught me hard work. But love. That I learned elsewhere from men who chose me. Gasps rippled. Jordan's glare burned. But a cousin nodded. Tear streaked. Post-service. Confrontation brewed in the church basement, aunts decrying that lifestyle. Jordan hissing. You poisoned him against us. Cooper stepped forward. Calm fire. Grief isn't a weapon. Let him mourn his way. The room fractured, some walked out. Others lingered. Questions tentative about their life. Driving south. Rain lashing. Alex broke, sobs racking. Confessions of boyhood pleas for Dad's approval. Cooper pulled over, holding him as storm raged. You were enough then. You're everything now. Jamie, from back seat, added softly. Family's us. Right. Hotel that night, tangled comfort. Bodies and hearts mending in dim light. Passion a balm against loss. Back home. Ripples spread while reading contested. Jordan suing for undue influence. Legal fees mounted. Stress etching Alex's face. Cooper moonlighted edits. Jamie took odd jobs team forged in adversity. Courtroom dramas unfolded. Testimonies of love's legitimacy. Character witnesses from queer allies. Judge ruled fair split. But victory hollowed Jordan estranged again. Alex, drained, retreated to garage projects. Hammer swings therapy. Winter solstice brought pivot, therapy group for queer widowers kin. Alex sharing raw. Bonds formed potlucks. Stories swapped. Cooper supported. His own book tour coinciding New York readings where fans hugged. Your story saved me. Distance tested, video calls laced with longing. Reunions explosive airport dashes. Hotel romps frantic with need. Spring thawed estrangements, Jordan's olive branch. A coffee meet. I was scared losing Dad. Then you. Apologies flowed. Boundaries redrawn. Reconciliation tentative, family game nights. Jamie's quips bridging gaps. Romance reignited, weekend in wine country. Napa vines heavy. Tastings dissolving into vineyard picnics. Slow dances under oaks. Summer scorched. Drama domestic, Jamie's first crush. A non-binary artist. Sparking overprotective flares. They heard him. Alex growled. Cooper mediated, let him fly. We catch falls. Heart to heart with Jamie, love scary. Kid. But worth the freefall. Coming out parallel to Cooper's youth. Full circle. Fall harvest, community fundraiser for queer youth shelter. Their Airbnb proceeds donated. Event swirled speeches. Auctions. Alex auctioning a custom shelf. Cooper emceeing with wit. Nightcap, rooftop bar. City lights below. Alex toasting. To lines redrawn. Lips met. World faded. But peril peaked autumnal. Car accident on icy bridge, Alex hydroplaning. Flipping into guardrail. Cooper's call from ER, minor fractures. But head trauma. Vigil stretch days. Machines beeping. Jamie pacing. Awakening, Alex's first word. Love. You. Rehab, grueling wheelchair races. Speech slurs but humor endured. Hot nurse. Nah. Only you. Discharge home, ramps installed. Care routines intimate. Vulnerability deepening desire baths shared. Touches reverent. By winter's end. Alex walked unaided. Scars badges. They volunteered at shelter. Mentoring runaways. Cooper's third book conceived. Memoir of survival. One snowy eve. Fire crackling. Jamie out. They slow danced to Billie Holiday. From friendly to family. Alex murmured. Cooper smiled. And beyond. Life's drama. Woven with romance's thread. Affirmed, love endures. Lines evolve into legacies. Portland's relentless drizzle had given way to a rare crystalline winter, blanketing the city in a hush that amplified the heartbeat of Cooper and Alex's expanding world. At 31, Cooper's frame carried a settled assurance. His once tousled hair now styled with intention. Hazel eyes reflecting the depth of stories edited and lived. Alex, ever the pillar, bore his scars physical and emotional with a swagger that turned heads at community events. His mid-40s vitality undimmed by trials. Jamie, 17 now, navigated senior year with artistic fervor. His trans identity a bold canvas. Their home a studio of acceptance. The year opened with promise, adoption finalized for a sibling set. Twins Mia and Leo. 4-year-olds with wide eyes and boundless energy. Chaos rain diapers. Tantrums. Midnight feeds but joy overflowed. Cooper adapted quickest. Storytime rituals his domain. Voices mimicking dragons. Alex, the builder. Crafted forts from couch cushions. Laughter echoing. Jamie bonded as Big Bro. Teaching finger paints. Patience stretched but grown. Spring bloomed with challenges, twins adjustment nightmares. Attachment therapies weekly. One night, Mia's screams pierced dark Cooper rocking her. Alex Mia's hand in his. We're anchors. He whispered. Romance squeezed in margins, post-bedtime wines. Quickies in laundry room. Stolen glances fuel. But strain showed Alex snapping over spilled milk. Cooper retreating to desk. Counseling refocused. Parenting's marathon. Lean in. Summer sizzled with family camp. Crater Lake. Tents pitched. Canoes paddled. Drama ignited. Leo wandering. Brief panic found giggling by shore. Heart-stopping lesson in vigilance. Evenings by fire. Ghost stories. Esmores. Alex's arm around Cooper. Twins asleep on laps. Jamie's sketchpad captured moments. Art therapy for all. Fall ushered career crescendos. Cooper's memoir launched. Signings packed with tearful fans. You voiced my silence. Tour whirlwind LA panels. Chicago homecoming where parents. Softened by time. Attended. Mom hugging tight. Dad gruff. Proud. Son. Alex joined finale. Broadway show. After party kisses under marquees. But gay-capping storm brewed. Custody scare from twins bio kin. Distant aunts surfacing with claims. Legal fray. Depositions dredging pasts. Accusations of unfit queer home. Stress peak sleepless. Arguments flaring. What if they win? Alex agonized. Cooper fierce. We fight with love. Rally. Community letters. Therapist affidavits. Judge dismissed. Praising stability. Relief crashed like waves. Family pylon hugs. Winter holidays healed. Tree trimming with ornaments handmade. Jamie's light show dazzling. Jordan's family joined nieces chasing Rufus. Toast tentative. Romance rekindled. Cabin escape. Snowed in. Board games turning intimate. Bodies rediscovering in flannel sheets. New year dawned with expansion. Shelterboard seat for Cooper. Alex designing safe houses. Drama domestic. Jamie's college apps. Rejection pangs. Am I enough? Group heart to heart. Stories of their stumbles. Resilience mantra. Acceptance letter from RISD. Celebration bonfire. Esmores and sobs. Spring thawed to adventure. Road trip southwest. Grand Canyon rims hiked. Twins, awed by vastness. Echoed their journey chasms crossed. Vistas earned. Night under stars. Alex to Cooper. You're my horizon. Lips met. Twins, snores soundtrack. Summer fundraiser gala. Black tie. Proceeds soaring. Cooper's speech. From hidden lines to open arms. Standing ovation. Alex's proud gaze. Afterglow. Dance floor sway. Whispers of future, perhaps another adoption. Fall harvest. Twins preschool start. Backpacks tiny. Jamie's departure loomed. Nest half empty. Emotional send-off. Airport tears. Promises of visits. House quieter. But intimacy deepened, date nights reclaimed. Passions unhurried. Winter wrapped with reflection. Anniversary vow renewal. Intimate backyard. Lanterns. Twins flower girls. Words evolved. Through chaos and calm. Eternally yours. Rings kissed. Forever sealed. Life's tapestry. Threads of drama and devotion. Wove a masterpiece, love. Not linear. But labyrinthine, leading always home. The fabric of their Portland life had woven tighter with each season. Cooper at 32, now a fixture in the literary scene. His words bridging hearts across divides. His body marked by a new tattoo, shared phoenix on his collarbone. Mirroring Alex's. Alex. Seasoned at 42. Channeled energy into eco-builds. His hands calloused from creation. Eyes crinkled with the wisdom of weathered storms. The twins. 5. Scampered like whirlwinds, Mia bossy with dolls. Leo climbing everything while Jamie's college breaks filled the home with sketches and stories. His transition complete. Confidence radiant. Spring's renewal carried undercurrents of change. Jamie's internship in New York. A summer away testing empty nest edges. Airport goodbye, wrenched hugs lingering. Cooper's voice thick. Make worlds. Kid. House echoed initially, but twins' chatter filled voids. Romance flourished in newfound space, spontaneous picnics, poetry readings in bed. Alex's lips tracing verses on skin. Drama stirred professionally. Cooper's publisher merger. Layoffs looming. Pitch meetings tense. Rejections stinging, too queer for mainstream. Alex bolstered, late-night pep talks. Mock interviews. Breakthrough, indie deal for anthology. Queer elders' tales. Launch party buzzed readings raw. Connections forged. Summer heat amplified family dynamics. Beach trip to Cannon Beach. Haystack Rocks playground. Crisis, Leo's asthma flare. Inhaler forgotten. ER dash. Hearts pounding resolve quick. But lesson etched. Evenings bonfires, vulnerability circles. Fears voiced. Alex confessed expansion doubts. Can we handle more? Cooper, one heartbeat at a time. Fall brought Jamie's return. Tales of city grit. A boyfriend Eli. Shy sculptor. Family vetting, dinner probes gentle. Acceptance swift. But shadow, Jordan's relapse. Business collapse. Pleas for bailout. Alex torn, he's blood. Cooper mediated, help. But not at our cost. Loan extended. Terms firm. Reconciliation rocky. Growth grudging. Winter gripped with health scare. Alex's routine check flagged anomaly prostate shadow. Biopsy wait agonizing days blurred. Intimacy tender. Fears unspoken. Clear result, benign. Relief party, twins cake smash. Jamie's toast to warriors. Passion post-panic, fervent. Reclaiming life. New Year resolutions, wellness-packed yoga classes. Trail runs. Spring adventure, twins' first hike. Multnomah Falls misting faces. Mia's slip Alex catching. Hero moment. Echoed his saves. Love's net. Summer gala redux. Shelter expansion funded. Speeches soaring. Cooper emceed. Alex bid on Art Jamie's piece. Soaring eagle. After, rooftop. City pulse below. Slow grind to jazz. Hands roaming promises. Fall harvest festival. Twin school play. Pigtailed Mia stealing show. Jamie proposed to Eli ring simple. Joy explosive. Engagement party. Backyard. Lanterns. Toasts to futures. Drama crested winter. Storm fells ancient oak in yard. Branch through roof. Insurance battles. Reno chaos Alex coordinating. Cooper wrangling kids. Stress peaks. Argument over budgets were stretched. Makeup raw. Kitchen floor. Apologies and kisses. Unity reaffirmed. Spring thaws to milestone. Twins kindergarten graduation. Tiny caps tossed. Jamie's wedding planning small. Brooklyn loft. Cooper's role, officiant. Vows penning parallels to his own. Summer wedding whirlwind, cross-country drive. Twins car sick but excited. Ceremony intimate, rooftop vows. Eli's ring on Jamie's finger. Reception dance, father-son sway. Tears joyful. Fall back home, empty again. But fuller video calls with newlyweds. Romance reclaims, Paris redux. Seine cruises. Eiffel confessions renewed. Winter wraps with legacy, shelter groundbreaking. Their names on plaque. One snowy night. Firelit. Twins asleep. Alex to Cooper. From one night to this empire. Smile shared, lines long gone. Horizons endless. Love's narrative. Dramatic arcs and romantic swells. Culminated in meaning, not perfection. But persistence human. Heartfelt. Horizon-bound. Years layered like Portland's fog. Cooper at 34, a literary force. His anthologies shelved nationwide. Voice advocating for queer narratives in schools and beyond. His form. Toned from family hikes. Bore laugh lines now. Hazel eyes deep with lived tales. Alex. 44. Led a firm green building collective. His presence commanding at TEDx talks on inclusive spaces. Scars faded to stories. The twins. 7. Were forces Mia debating ethics. Leo engineering Rube Goldberg machines while Jamie and Eli's visits brought urban energy. Wedding glow undimmed. Spring's vibrancy masked brewing tempests. National headlines on anti-LGBT bills. Ripples hitting local shelter funding slashed. Board meetings heated. Cooper testifying at hearings. Sanctuaries save lives. Cuts kill dreams. Alex rallied contractors for pro bono renos. Hands blistered for cause. Summer scorched with activism. Pride March massive. Floats rainbow riot. Family march twins on shoulders. Signs aloft. Love wins. But counter-protests loomed. Slurs hurled. Post-march. Debrief raw. Mia asking. Why hate us? Answer honest. Fear of different. But we shine brighter. Fall elections loomed. Drama political. Jordan. Running local. Courted conservative donors. Straining ties can't endorse. Bro. Standoff dinner. Barbs fly. Twins wide-eyed. Truce fragile. Family over factions. Winter's grip tightened with personal quake. Cooper's fertility exploration surrogacy pursuit after twins. Consults hopeful. But match falls through grief waves. Alex holds space. Our family's perfect mosaic. Therapy unpacks. Adoptions versus biology. Acceptance blooms. New Year rebirth. Volunteering surge. Twins troop leading food drives. Spring trip. Yellowstone redux. Geysers mirroring emotions-eruptive joy. Quiet flows. Summer wedding anniversary. Big Sur cliffs. Waves witness to renewal. Hike to lighthouse. Picnic champagne Alex's surprise. Vow tattoo refresh. Dates etched. Night in cabin. Lovemaking languid. Souls synced. Fall back to school. Twins place. Parent-teacher nerves. Jamie's gallery show Eli's sculptures. Cooper's forward. Opening night buzz. Sales soar. Pride swells. Drama escalates winter. Blizzard strands family. Power out. Fort building. Story spun by candlelight ghosts of past trials banished. Rescue. Plows clear. Bonds fortified. Spring thaws to expansion. Shelter phase 2 breaks ground. Celebrity donor Cooper's author pal. Gala glitz. Auctions. Speeches Alex's. Build not walls. But welcomes. Summer heat wave. Community cool down. Block parties. Romance sparks. Porch swing sunsets. Fingers laced. Whispers of dreams perhaps foster next. Fall harvest. Twins science fair wins. Leo's volcano erupting cheers. Jordan's election loss humbles reconnect over coffee. Growth glimpsed. Winter holidays. Full house Jamie's. Jordan's. Twins chaos. Tree lighting. Carols off key. Toasts to resilience. One eve. Snow falling. Kids abed. Alex pulls Cooper to garden string lights twinkle. 10 years since that knock. Cooper leans in. Line gone. Love eternal. Kiss seals. Drama's dance. Romance's rhythm. Meaning's melody.